Okay, good morning, everyone. Right, so today's topic is going to be vocabulary one. Obviously, you can see it on the screen. But why are we going to tackle this topic today? Well, vocabulary one is going to help you with your reading subtest, okay? There are certain vocabulary that you need to be familiar with when it comes to IELTS. That's why this will help you improve your reading skills, okay? We will be sharing some tips and guidelines on how you can decode difficult words in text. Because we all know that everyone's frustration at this point is your reading score. Am I right? And according to most test takers, we've been keeping track of their record, and we noticed one thing: the lowest score is always the reading part. That's why today we're going to have vocabulary one. Eventually, we will finish the nine. I think there are up to, not sure, 5 or 7 vocabulary lectures here at Niners. Okay, so we will start with vocabulary one. Probably Sir Kevin will discuss the second topic next week. So yes. Then tomorrow we will have more reading exercises because we've noticed that your speaking scores have been quite good. And according to the coaching sessions yesterday, that doesn't seem to be most of the students' weakness. It appears to be that reading is. Kapag pinag-reading exercise ba kayo ni Sir Flower? Tinapos niyo ba? Or nangarag lang kayo? But anyways, again, for those who were not able to make it yesterday at the coaching session because there was a long list yesterday. There were a total of 20 students, right? Pero hindi naman yun lahat nakapagpa-coaching. So, Blake, hi. All right, so we have Blake, and then we have, sorry, I forgot your name. See, yeah, Irish. Are you the one who's sending me a message on? Yeah, you're the one. Okay, so Irish, Joshua, are you gonna have coaching today? Parang napipilitan lang siya. Okay, Joshua, and 2 more. What time is it? Ay, hindi. Okay, so I need to be home at 6 p.m. So it's okay to accommodate 5 slots today. So who else? You're a newcomer because last year ka pa nag-enroll, right? What's your name, by the way?
Raven.
Riven?
Raven na lang.
Raven? Okay. So are you gonna have a coaching session later? Napipilitan lang talaga sila. Okay, so we have Blake, Irish, Joshua, and Raven. Hello, sir. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. You've never had a coaching session. I always see you here, but you never attend the coaching sessions. I wonder why. Oh, napipilitan talaga silang lahat. Okay. We also have a student here right now. We have Chatrina. Chatrina, you DM'd me last week and you mentioned that you also want to you want to also have a coaching session. However, ang possible lang sa'yo is online, right? Yeah, pwede kang sumagot.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, where is that? Okay. So, kung gusto mo, Chatrina, later, until nandito pa ako, siguro hanggang 2 p.m., you can message me, and if you're also free, I can call you hanggat nandito ako sa branch, okay? I hope you're hearing me right now. Okay. Right, so we will start our lecture. Again, we're going to talk about vocabulary. Why is it important to talk about vocabulary, and why is it important to enrich your vocabulary? Let's talk about that first, okay? So, as you all know, vocabulary is one of the grading criteria in your speaking as well as your writing subtest. But without proper knowledge of vocabulary, and if your vocabulary is not enriched, you're not equipped with good vocabulary, it's also going to affect your listening and your reading. So basically, the foundation of communication is for you to have a good vocabulary bank. Okay? Because technically, you won't understand what's being said in the listening part or in the reading part if you don't have a good foundation of vocabulary. And in the IELTS, talagang marami kayong may encounter na complex vocabulary. But there is a technique on how you can decode the meaning of those difficult words. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay? This lesson is, according to my observation, this lesson is not for everyone, as words can be a little bit more in the advanced level, but I will try my best to discuss it in the simplest way possible, okay? Okay, so first we're going to talk about context or context clues, okay? This is one of the best techniques for you to be able to unlock the meaning of difficult words. You can unlock the meaning of difficult words when you are observing the words that surround that specific word. Okay? Kung ano yung mga words na kasama niya sa sentence or sa paragraph, dun ka makakakuha ng clues kung paano mo maiintindihan yung isang difficult word. Are you with me? Okay, so context clues are words and sentences that surround a particular word and help fix its meaning. Okay, I'm sure you've already heard context clues in elementary or in high school discussions, but we're going to have a little refresher today. Okay? Example, let's have an example first. Let's read it silently. I admire Aaron's candor, but sometimes he can be a bit too honest. Let's unlock the meaning of candor. Okay. I'm sure all of you are problematic at this point because probably this is your first time encountering this word, the word candor, right? But as you can see, we can find some clues in the sentence given. So we have a connecting word, but, which means the following statement can give you a clue, okay? He can be a bit too honest. This is a clue as to what the word candor means. Ang galing ko, gumagawa na ako ng ganyan-ganyan. So anyways, when we say a bit too honest, we can think about what synonyms? Straightforward or frank. Okay? So it says here that Aaron's candor is admirable, meaning kahanga-hanga ang kanyang candor. However, sometimes he can be a bit too honest. Okay? Meaning, hindi always maganda yung pagiging prangka, right? That's what it means. So, we can therefore conclude that the word candor means frank and straightforward. Okay? Because not every person has that ability to be bluntly honest about one's opinion. Pero si Aaron dito, kaya niya yun. He's frank. Okay? Pero minsan daw, hindi yun maganda na masyado kang honest. Sometimes you also have to be sensitive sa kausap mo because not every person has that emotional intelligence level na kaya mong prangkahin every time, okay? So you also have to be careful with the words that you choose when you talk to a certain person, okay? So do you understand the style on how we decoded the meaning of candor? So now, is it easy or difficult? Grabe, di makasagot. Sagot! It's easy, right? Because you can base on the context clues here. Now let's talk about the 4 different types of context clues. All right, so these are 4 different types of context clues, plus we will be giving you the techniques on how you're going to use them to unlock the meaning of words in each sentence or paragraph. So the first type is restatement. The second is positive negative. The third is context. And the last one is specific detail. Let's first talk about restatement. Okay. What does the word restatement mean? When we say state, it means say something, okay? And re means repeat or ulitin. So, ulitin sabihin. So, restatement. The sentence uses a word or a group of words with similar meanings, okay? Just like the example that was first given, okay? Ginamitan siya ng restatement technique so that you can easily unlock the meaning of the word, okay? Okay, let's have more examples. Example number 2. The baseball coach punished the team's duplicity or deceitfulness after they admitted to using steroids to boost their batting averages. Okay, don't be easily intimidated by the word duplicity because katabing-katabi lang niya ang clue. Okay? Another rule for this is you should be careful na hindi mo dapat hayaan na makaapekto yung prior knowledge mo sa pag-unlock ng meaning. Kasi baka isipin mo, duplicity. Does it mean duplicate? Kasi di ba alam natin yung word na duplicate, which means i-double. Okay? But it doesn't have anything to do with that. Okay? So duplicity also means deceitfulness. Akala ko ba madali? Pero ba't parang ang hirap din ng word na deceitfulness? Ano na? Okay, so, yes, you don't know the word deceitfulness. You might not know, but some of you may know this word. Okay, so the word deceitfulness, it comes from the root word deceit. Okay? Have you ever encountered this word? So, ibig sabihin ng deceit, panloloko. Okay? Or nadaya. Okay? You were deceived. Okay? So, the baseball coach punished the teams. Ayan, makakita pa tayo ng isa pang context clue. The word punished. Ibig sabihin, there's trouble. There's something wrong, right? That's why we can assume that the word duplicity is a negative word. Okay? I'm not good with... Okay. It's a negative word. Kasi nga, we have this word punished. Right? Ipapunish ka ba if you did something good? Technically, no. You won't be punished if you will be awarded or honored if you do something good. But if you do something bad, definitely you will be punished. That's why we can assume that the word duplicity has a negative meaning to it. Meaning ng duplicity is pandaraya, panloloko. Okay? Do we get the point here? I am quite intimidated by your silence. Hindi ko ma-gauge ngayon kung nagigets nyo ba yung discussion. Am I going too fast or not? Okay. All right. Now, let's take a look at another example, all right? Another example of restatement. The slender woman was so thin, her clothes were too big on her. This sentence has so many context clues. Now, let's try. Hindi ko muna bibigay sa inyo yung mga pointers, yung mga clues. I want you to try to decode the meaning yourselves. What do you think the word slender means? Narinig mo lang sa kanya eh. I'm just kidding. So, skinny. Why did you assume that this word means skinny? Speak a little louder, please.
Because of the word.
Thin. Thin. Okay. Because of the word thin. Okay, that's a good point. And then what else? Her clothes were too big on her. Okay, so we have here two context clues which would help us assume and understand the word slender. It doesn't have to do anything. It's not chubby or fat. It means slim. Okay? There you go. All right. Do we all understand how to get the context clues using the restatement style type of context clues? Yes? Okay. Now we're going to talk about the second type, which is positive and negative. From the words themselves, you're only going to look at the opposing meaning of words in sentences in order for you to unlock the meaning. Okay, let's have the first example. Okay, the haberdashery was Lou's favorite place. He loved shopping for nice suits. The people who worked there were so kind and helpful. Okay, again, the word haberdashery might be quite foreign to you or alien, but with the help of context clues, we can easily assume that haberdashery is a positive word. Okay? So, analyze if a word conveys optimism or pessimism. Optimism means positivity and pessimism means negativity. Okay? So, let's analyze. The next word is favorite place. Ito yung ginamit na expression. It is Lou's favorite place. When we say favorite, what kind of meaning does it have? A positive one or a negative one? Positive. Unless that person we're talking about is someone who is despicable or evil or bad, right? But generally speaking, when we're talking about favorite, it has a positive meaning to it. Okay? So the preceding sentence says he loved shopping for nice suits. Okay? Ayan. Do we buy suits at typical stores? Hindi, di ba? Because sometimes we need a custom-made suit. Usually, pupunta ka sa mga gown for rent and mga suits for rent. So that's why we can assume that the word haberdashery has something to do with custom-made suits and gowns. Okay? That's why the word haberdashery means patahian. Okay? And again, another way for you to unlock, to assume that this is a positive word, ayan, people working there are so kind and helpful. All right? So yes, the word haberdashery is a positive word. Okay, now we're going to talk about the third type of context clue. And the third type of context clue is contrast. The sentence uses a word or a group of words with an opposite definition. Okay, the word contrast means opposite. Okay, that's why these connectors all mean that the following statement in a sentence is either positive or negative. Pwede namang mauna yung negative, okay? Then contrasting word, and then positive statement. Ano ba pinagsasabi ni ma'am? Okay, for example, Anna's party was lit, but it was also very crowded and chaotic, right? So we can assume that the word lit is an opposite of the word chaotic and crowded, right? So there, we have two contrasting ideas. Pero pwede din namang positive, positive muna and then connected with a contrasting word and then negative, okay? So these are the words or transition words that you could use when you are talking about contrasting ideas, okay? But, although, on the contrary, on the other hand, dissimilar, inulit, in contrast to, and however, okay? You don't have to worry about taking screenshots, guys, because handouts will be available once this link is uploaded on Sir Kevin's YouTube channel. Okay? Let's have some more examples. Yung una-una. Whereas Melissa is quite lithe, her sister is clumsy and awkward. Okay. What contrasting word was used here? Whereas. Okay? Pwede yung contrasting word nasa umpisa, hindi kailangan laging nasa gitna, okay? So, the first word is lithe. Melissa is quite lithe. Ano ibig sabihin ng lithe? Hindi lit, lithe. So, her sister is clumsy and awkward. Again, we're talking about contrasting ideas here. So, what do you think the word lithe means? Ano kaya ang antonym ng clumsy and awkward? We can say sporty or sturdy. Okay? Kasi pag clumsy, ibig sabihin yan, magaslaw. Hindi pino ang kilos, right? So a person who's clumsy cannot really be that athletic or sporty kasi nga, magaslaw, right? So we can assume that the word lithe, since antonym nga siya ng clumsy at saka awkward, would mean sturdy, strong, sporty. Okay? Are we following? Okay, now I need to figure out how to add a text here. I don't know how. Okay, basta yun, tandaan nyo. Okay? The word lithe means sporty, sturdy, strong. Okay? Next example. Unlike the apoplectic parents shouting at the administrator, Mr. Wallaby stood still, enjoying the unexpected entertainment. Medyo mahaba-habang sentence to. Okay, we have the contrasting word or signal, unlike. So, this word signals that this sentence has two contrasting ideas, okay? So, the adjective that was used to describe the parents is apoplectic. Nakakadugo talaga ng brains. Now, si Mr. Wallaby naman let's assume na opposite ng apoplectic si Mr. Wallaby. Kasi nga, we have the word unlike. Okay? Si Mr. Wallaby, he stood still, enjoying the unexpected entertainment. Pag sinabi nating stood still, what are the words that we can associate with this term? Sorry, I can't hear. Remain still or remain quiet or calm, right? Ano pa? Stay put, right? Hindi siya agad nag-react. Hindi siya naggalit, right? So, we can assume na opposite ng ugali ni Mr. Wallaby or opposite ng reaction ni Mr. Wallaby, yung parents. Meaning, itong mga parents na to, nagwawala na. Okay? Kasi nga si Mr. Wallaby, kalmado lang siya. Pero, yung parents, apoplectic. Meaning, ano sila? Chaotic. Okay? You can assume. The word apoplectic means chaotic, maingay, hot-tempered. Okay? Do you get it? It's the opposite of the word chill, calm. Okay? That's why the word apoplectic, we can easily understand and depict the word from the context clues. Is it clear? Is it clear, Joey? Nagets mo naman kung paano mo ma-unlock or ma-decode yung meaning ng word. Okay. Should I explain it a little more? Or is it okay? How about the others? Good. Okay. Right. Last on the list is specific detailed context clue. Ito pinakamadali ito. Kasi meron na siyang word signals na parang sunod-sunod na examples na yung ibibigay. Alright? It uses examples to help the reader infer the meaning of vocabulary words. Look for words or phrases like, such as, including, consists of, and then you can also look for colons and dashes. Okay? Mas palilinawan kayo pag nagpakita na tayo ng example. Pero joke lang pala kasi ang hirap ng word. No? Okay, let me read it for you. The river was full of noxious materials such as cleaning agents from factories and pesticides from the nearby farms. Welcome to the class! Uy, ang tagal mo, di pumasok. Di ba siya yung kasama natin ng Christmas party? Di ba chumika muna ako? Joseph, am I right?
Yes.
I'm so good with names. Sometimes. All right, so we're talking about vocabulary words for IELTS. So we have the word noxious. What the heck does noxious mean? Well, eto na. We have these phrases, such as. May nakita tayong such as dito, right? Such as. So now we will be reading the following words after the signal such as. So we have cleaning agents. Pag sinabing cleaning agents, ano yun? Zonrox? Yes, cleaning agents. Matapang na chemical for cleaning. Or chlorine, right? For swimming pools, to disinfect the pool, the dirty water, you need chlorine, right? So cleaning agents are actually toxic in nature. And then after this detail here, cleaning agents, meron pang dinuktungan pa ng pesticides. Okay? So, ano yung pwede natin i-assume upon reading these details here? Cleaning agents and pesticides. These items are toxic, harmful, dangerous. What else? Poisonous. Poisonous. Or deadly. Especially if consumed by humans, right? So, okay. Now, we can assume that the word noxious has a negative meaning since nagbigay ng sample words such as cleaning agents from factories and pesticides. Okay? So now the meaning of noxious means deadly, toxic, dangerous. Yun. Okay? Easy, isn't it? Just kidding. It's not easy. But if you get used to the technique, then definitely you'll be able to get the hang of it, okay? Kasi in the reading subtest, imagine there are 3 reading passages in your test. Each reading passage has up to 700 words. Times 3, that's more than 2,000 words. Babasahin mo ba talaga yun isa-isa, right? Limited na nga yung oras mo, tapos nakakadugo pa ng brain basahin yung buong passages. So, you have to learn these techniques. And the first thing that you do is look at the questionnaire. Sa mga tanong ka muna titingin, then hahanapin mo siya doon sa passage, right? But actually, I tried that technique and I still ended up reading the whole passage. Because I'm so OC, like gusto kong mabasa talaga lahat. Pero kung iisipin mo, wala ka talagang, the time is not enough. Sabi ko nga dun sa isang student na nakapag-exam na, I told that student, you know what, if they gave like 2 passages only on the reading test, then we would have 30 minutes for each passage, read and answer. I think it's a higher possibility to get higher score, right? Kasi, nakakainis naman kasi IELTS. British Council, ba't ganyan? Okay, but anyway, let's move on to the next example. When going to an office party, you should show your best decorum. Ano naman bang word yan, ma'am? Okay. The projector is plugged out. So, wait. Just one sec. Sa mga people sa Zoom, can you please wait for a sec because I'm trying to share the screen again. Okay, we're back. Again, I'm going to read it. When going to an office party, you should show your best decorum. For example, dress your best, drink and eat moderately, and be sure to thank the host before you leave. Okay, how can we decode the meaning of the word decorum? So again, we have this phrase signal, for example. After this signal, you have to pay attention to the preceding words and phrases, okay? So ayan, this is the signal that you have to pay attention to the next words. Dress your best. Una, dress your best. Next, drink and eat moderately. When we say moderately, it's the opposite of excessively, right? Ibig sabihin, hinay-hinay lang sa pag-inom. And be sure to thank the host. When you thank the host before you leave, what does this manner indicate? Polite manners, right? Being nice and sensitive and demure. Very demure, right? Okay. So we have positive attributes. We're showing positive characteristics here. Dress your best. Huwag daw masyadong uminom ng sobra. You have to look your best. And then be cautious and thank the host before you leave. That's why now we can assume that the word decorum means behavior. Sino nagsabi ng behavior? You? Oh, good. Okay, behavior, or another term for behavior is exhibit. No, not exhibit. Demeanor, okay? You have to exhibit positive demeanor. This is what decorum means. Okay. Very easy, right? O sige, i-test natin. Ita-test ko kayo ngayon kung nagigets niyo ba yung mga pinagsasabi ko dito. Alright. Let's read example 1. I admire Aaron's candor, but sometimes he can be a bit too honest. So what do you think the word means? Sige, so even people in Zoom, please send your answers. I'll give you time. Difficult. Okay. Ang sagot ni Joey is, are you confident with your answer? Why? Oh, okay. Yung iba, ano yung sagot? Yung ginaya mo lang siya. Nagagayahan kayo kanina. Yung iba, ba tayo sumagot? Sige, try analyzing it so that we can activate your brain cells this morning. You were paying attention to my lecture. Congratulations. Okay. So yung mga nasa Zoom, isa lang yung sumagot. Asa na? Ang dami nyo dito ah. I'm waiting for the others' answers. Hindi ko kayo i-judge if mali. Go. Oh, B din yung sagot niya. Ginaya nyo lahat si Chatrina. Okay. So, Zoom members, good job. The answer is B. Okay? So easy. Sinabi ko yun kanina eh. All right. So but first let's talk about this example. Pwede na nating i-eliminate yung word na
Irritability and
attitude and irritability. Okay? We cannot assume that it's comfort speaking in front of people because being frank can't always be associated with being comfortable, right? So definitely we need to cross out all these. And the right answer is B. Okay. All right. This sentence then uses two types of context. Isang restatement and isang positive negative. Okay? The first part of the sentence tells you that candor is a good thing, right? And the second part essentially restates the meaning of the word. Okay? So, dalawa yung ginamit na context clues dito. Isang restatement at isang positive negative. Alright? So, why? Why positive negative? Because of the word admire. Okay? Of course, when you admire someone's attitude or someone's characteristics, it definitely means that there's something good about it. Na positive yon. Okay? Because you admire someone because of someone's positive traits or probably good behavior. Okay? And then restatement is this one. Too honest. Okay, are we getting it? Okay. Example number 2. Honey suddenly found himself destitute, so poor that he could barely afford to eat. All right. Now, what do you think the word destitute means? Okay. So there are preceding context clues we have here. Could barely afford to eat. So may sumasagot dito. Extreme poverty. Yes. Thank you so much, Shatrina, for answering. We can assume that the word destitute has something to do with being broke, right? Being broke, being poor, cashless, right? So we have two techniques again. We have the restatement. Here, so poor. And positive negative, could barely afford to eat. Definitely, hindi nga daw niya ma-afford bumili or kumain. So this phrase means hindi niya, wala siyang pera pambili. Cannot afford, meaning walang pambili. Okay? That's why the word destitute means extreme poverty. Okay? Any questions? All right. Now let's move on to a longer example. This is a paragraph now, and we have 2 words that we need to decode. Okay, let's read it. Sarah had worked so hard for the past few weeks that she decided she owed herself a day of complete indolence. Saturday, she slept until noon, ordered takeout so she wouldn't have to cook, and left the dishes in the sink. She left her chores for another day and spent the afternoon lying on the couch, reading and watching television. But on Sunday, she was back to her old assiduous self. And by noon, she had already cleaned her whole apartment, done her grocery shopping, and paid her bills. Okay. I-process muna natin yung passage. You can read it silently. Okay. Did you read it? Okay. Let's take a look at the word indolence first. Okay? So the day was described as a day of complete indolence. Ano yung mga binigay na preceding phrases? She slept until noon. Okay? Isa yan. She slept until noon. Siyempre, pag natulog ka hanggang tanghali, ibig sabihin nun, what? Tamad ka. I'm just kidding. Wala mo naman graveyard shift. Ang judgmental naman, no? So, yun. But there is a negative meaning pag sinabing she slept until noon, right? Kasi nga, usually, early birds catches the worm. So, yun nga. Pag maaga ka gumising, ibig sabihin nun masipag ka, right? So, she slept until noon. May katamaran tong babaeng to. Ordered takeout. Oh, imbis na magtipid at magluto sa bahay, nag-take out na naman. So she wouldn't have to cook. Because cooking is associated with a very time-consuming process, right? Time-consuming kasi yung cooking. Isipin mo, you will prepare the ingredients and then you're going to the cooking process itself is so tiring. Plus, after cooking, you have to also wash everything that you used, right? So, iniwasan niya yung mga ganyang mga tasks and mga gawaing bahay. And bukod doon, she left the dishes in the sink. O talaga namang may katamaran tong babae na to, right? So, another one. She left her chores for another day and spent the afternoon lying on the couch. Couch potato. Do you know the idiomatic expression couch potato? When we say couch potato, tamad, lazy, gusto mo lang chill, sedentary lifestyle, ganon, okay? So, we can now assume that the word indolence means chill. Chill lang yung araw niya. Hindi siya sinipag that day. Okay? Alright? Ano ba yung pwede niyong i-assume sa word na indolence? What? Rest, okay? Pero according sa mga binigay nating examples, isa lang yung word na pwede nating maisip. Laziness. Right? So the word indolence is associated with the word laziness. Tamad siya. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the second part of this passage. But on Sunday, eto kasi yung mga ginawa niya nung Saturday. Okay? Yan yun. Tinamad siya nung Saturday. But on Sunday daw, ayan, eto, this is another signal that the next statement is going to be opposite of the first. Because we have the word but. Okay? It signals contrast. It signals na opposite na yung susunod. So ano ba yung opposite ng laziness? Hardworking. What else? Productive. Yeah, thank you for the word. And energetic. Yes. Good one. All right. So, she was back to her old assiduous self. Another difficult word, right? But then, let's pay attention to the next phrases. By noon, she had already cleaned her whole apartment, done her grocery shopping, and paid for her bills. That's why these are all positive traits, meaning the word assiduous has something to do with the word hardworking, which is opposite of laziness, right? So we can assume that indolence means laziness, assiduous means hardworking. Is it clear? Okay naman. Alright. Medyo nakaka-drain ng energy tong lecture na to. Alright, so next, using contrast and specific detail, what do you think is the definition of indolence? Okay. Ewan ko na lang pag namali pa kayo. Sinabi ko na kanina yung sagot. Alright, the right answer is laziness. Letter D. Thank you, Katrina, for being so active in Zoom. Sana lahat. Okay, next. These are additional tips and strategies on how you will be able to understand the words, the difficult words in the passages, in the reading passages, okay? So, be sure to look carefully at the context of the sentence itself and avoid bringing your own contextual meaning from your own experiences of colloquial language use or slang. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, yung ina-explain ko kanina, guys, dun sa word na, dun sa example na may word na duplicity. What is that? Okay, there. Yun nga. Since very similar siya sa word na duplicate, and you might assume that the root word is duplicate, don't assume, okay? Kailangan mo pa rin mag-pay attention sa context clues. Alright? Baka kasi, since alam natin yung word na duplicate means to double, baka yun yung ma-apply mong meaning. Okay? But then, it's a bit tricky. That's why you have to make sure na i-analyze nyo mabuti yung mga sentences at saka yung mga passage. Alright? And next, consider the tone and connotation of other words in the sentence. At minimum, this can often help you determine whether the vocabulary word is positive or negative. So, hindi lang sa speaking may tone. Even the passages have tone, right? So, minsan, the reason why when I want to explain something, gusto ko via call, tawag, okay? Because pag sa text lang, minsan na misinterpret ng ibang tao, yung akala galit ka na, ganon. Pero meron din naman din kasing paraan para maipakita mo yung tone mo sa, I mean, when you choose the right words, okay? And when you try to be more cautious with the words that you use, mapapakita mo na hindi ka galit. Hindi galit yung tone mo. Pero yun nga, you can depict the tone of the sentences and the passage depending on the chosen, the diction, yung words na nasa passage, okay? Pero minsan kasi pag nagmamadali kang mag-type, minsan hindi ka din nagiging sensitive sa tone, okay? That's why, to be safe, para hindi ka ma-misunderstand ng kausap mo, much better to call that person para nakikita yung facial expressions if that's a video call. And of course, when you're having an audio call, mas maiintindihan yung tone mo, right? Okay. Is it clear? All right. More tips and strategies. Look for introductory words and phrases such as unfortunately, however, surprisingly. These words often tell you whether the word is positive or negative, and or set up contrast clues. So, again, uulitin ko lang, kapag nakakita na kayo ng ganitong word signals such as but, although, on the contrary, you can assume that the following statement will be opposite of the first statement, okay? For example, on the contrary. TJ's concert was sold out because everybody kept saying that it was a big hit. On the contrary, Yen Constantina's concert was had really bad what attendance. So, yon, di ba? So, si TJ daw, maganda yung naging result ng concert niya. Sold out yon, 3 nights. 3 nights in a row. But on the contrary, Yen Constantino's concert was not a big hit. It wasn't, the results were not good, okay? So, on the contrary is a signal phrase na yung una positive and then negative, okay? Pero joke lang yung kay Yeng, hindi siya nagka-concert. Example lang yun. Yun lang kasi pumasok sa isip ko. Because I've been watching a lot of TikTok videos of TJ's concert because my frustration is killing me, you know? I wasn't able to secure tickets. Okay, so next tip. Read carefully. Look for specific details that provide clues to meaning. If you have heard the vocabulary word before but aren't sure what it means, try to remember the context in which you heard it used before. This may help you better use the context as it is presented on the exam. Okay, so may mga words din naman na maaring na-encounter mo na before. So this is where you will try to recall the words kung paano sila ginamit sa mga nakaraang context. Okay? Then maybe it could help you understand those words more. Okay? Right. So now we will move on to prefixes and suffixes. From the word prefix, pre means before. Ibig sabihin, naka-place siya sa umpisa ng word. And suffix is placed at the last part or at the end of the word. Prefixes and suffixes always have root words, okay? But this is going to be very helpful for you para mas maintindihan nyo pa yung sinisignal ng bawat words na mababasa nyo, okay? All right, purposes of prefixes. First, it will help you determine whether a word is positive or negative, okay? I'll be giving examples later. Eliminate incorrect answers and to provide partial context for the meaning of the word. So kapag naiintindihan mo yung prefix and kapag yung prefix ng words, ng root word ay negative or positive, you can easily eliminate the list of choices. Kasi di ba merong multiple choice sa reading? So, from the prefixes that are used, you can easily leave out the words that are the opposite meaning, okay? I'll show you more examples later. Okay. Another example, and I hope you could all participate. Polyglot. If you know that the prefix poly means many, you can eliminate all but the correct answers in the question below. Okay, so the prefix poly means a lot or many, okay? Glot. Do you know the word glot? Ma'am, hindi. Okay, it's okay. So here, if poly means many, glot, on the other hand, has something to do with language. Okay? I don't know if this is a Greek word. I don't know if this is a Greek word, but I think it's a Greek or Latin word, which means tongue. Okay? But of course, when we say mother tongue, it talks about language. That's why the word poly and glot means many languages. Now, what is the correct answer here? A, someone who is an expert in global issues. B, someone who administers lie detector tests. C, someone who is easily frightened. D, someone who speaks many languages. Or E, someone who travels. What's your answer, guys? Okay. The correct answer is letter D, right? Good job! So easy! Okay. Again, meron tayong root words, sa bawat words na ma-encounter natin later. And then you will find prefixes and suffixes. The prefixes are attached in the beginning, and the suffixes are attached at the end of each word. Okay? We have prefixes and suffixes because we need to these prefixes and suffixes actually add more meaning, or they can either mean positive or negative. They can alter the meaning of the word depending on what prefix or suffix is being used. Okay? Okay. Let's read example number 2. The prefix here is mal. Ito yung prefix. Have you ever heard a word with the prefix mal? Maleficent. It's a movie. But it also means what? Evil, despicable, right? So we can assume that the word mal or the prefix mal has a negative meaning to it, right? So what do you think is the right answer here? Don't use Google. What? Uy, na-attenan na niya tong lecture na to talaga. Okay, are you sure though? Hindi ba maligno? Maligno? Baka naman charm tsaka enchant yan. Okay, I'll give you time to think about it. Pero kasi align is positive, which means to arrange. And nilagyan nga ng mal, so magiging negative siya. So we cannot assume that this is the right answer, right? That's a good point though. Okay, what other ideas do you have, guys? What other ideas? To speak badly about, to charm or enchant? Kasi to charm, it also has a positive meaning, right? So sabi ko nga kanina, it has a negative. Flatter is also positive. So, it's either B or D. Ayan, pinadali ko na yung choices nyo. Ngayon, make up your minds. Okay. So, hindi siya cast ha. Kasi iba na yung cast. Ito yung witchcraft na to. So, it still has a negative meaning. This is the right meaning. Okay? Yung mga nasa... Okay. Tama yung mga sagot nyo sa Zoom, guys. Thank you. Align. Charis. Hindi. Basta yun na yung meaning nun. Ikaw na bahala mag-search ng root word. Okay. Now let's do an activity, guys. Can you please mix and match? Mix and match. I mean, match the correct meaning. Okay? So, naka-jumble yan. Naka-jumble. If you want, you can use your notes to type down. All right. Disbelief. This is a negative meaning again, the prefix this, and belief. So it makes it negative. What is the answer? Okay. The answer is C on number 1. Okay. Next, abscond. Okay. So abscond means concurrent performance of activities. So, yan, nakatapat na siya dyan. Next. Again, the prefix mal has something to do with evil, right? Malice. Okay. Next. Number 4, let's ask people from Zoom. What is the meaning of antipathy? Can somebody answer here? What's the right meaning? We only have D, E, F, and G. Okay, very good. That is correct. Letter F. Antipathy means great aversion or dislike. From the word anti, antisocial, antivirus, right? It means there's a negative meaning to it, like dislike. All right, so letter F. Union. This is easy. It means one or united, right? So the answer is D. Okay, this one is a little bit confusing, guys. Okay? Bakit to run away and hide tong isa? Wait lang, guys. Number 2 is, eto siya, multitasking. Okay, so we got that wrong. This is letter B, multitasking, right? Concurrent performance of activities, multitasking. And then interlock is confederation of, let me just double check. Eto, to run away and hide is abscond. This is letter G, guys, okay? Number 2 is letter G. And then letter E, etong, okay. Right. Again, the answers are C. Disbelief means the state of not accepting something as true. 2, abscond, letter G, to run away and hide. 3 is malice, desire to cause pain and injury or distress to another. Number 4 is letter F, great aversion or dislike. And letter number 5 is D, to become connected together. And of course, number 6 is B, concurrent performance of activities, multitasking. Okay? Ibig sabihin, pinagsasabay-sabay mo yung mga gawain. And then, number 7, or That the right answer is to run, ito pala, E. Confederation of Individuals. Huh? Alin yung B? Interlock is B. To become connected together is union. Ay, oo nga, ano. Wait lang. I'm gonna double check it, guys. No, letter D talaga siya. Letter D, itong 5 to 6, ito B. Ayun yung sa ano, sa answer key. Sa answer key, guys. Okay, but yes, let's have a 5 to 10 minute break and then we will continue our discussion, okay?
Ma'am Shannon, nakamute po yata kayo.
Hello, can you hear me now, guys? Okay, there. So when we say ante, prior to, in front, or before. Anterior, placed before. Antedate, to proceed in time or come before. Okay. Next is pre. Precaution, predict. Yan. And rebuild, it means to do it again. Okay? Now, we will move. I think I'm gonna skip these kasi babasahin lang din naman. Let's move on to suffixes. You're gonna read it on your handouts din naman, okay? Okay, suffixes are added at the end of the words, of the root words, to change or add to their meaning, okay? So, another activity. You're gonna match the right meaning. Abundance, ventriloquist, radical, modernize. Okay, you can start answering now. So the word abundance. Okay. All right, the state of having excess supply of something. Ventriloquist. It has something to do with a job like ophthalmologist, dentist, ganyan. So, clue na yun, ah. So, the answer is, and next is radical. Radical changes or radical mentality means hindi siya normal, okay? It's not common. So it's a little bit different, far beyond the norm, letter B. And modernize, letter D, to become technologically advanced. Let's check. C, A, B, and D. Tama. So, abundance means action or process or state of. And then words that end with IST is someone who performs, makes, or produces a task, okay? And then radical, having the quality of or relating to, so. And modernize, to cause, to be, or become, to bring about. Okay. Again. These are more noun suffixes. So we have ants and ents. It's an action, process, or state of. For example, adolescence. The root word is, an adolescent individual is a person who is in their teenage years, okay? So if you're in your adolescent stage, it means nandun ka sa teenage years mo. That's the transition from childhood to adulthood. And it starts at the age of course, 13. 13? Yeah, something like that. Next. Words ending in ION means it's an act or process, state or condition. Detection. Election, the act of power of electing. Okay. The upcoming elections are very controversial. Controversial nowadays, right? Kailan bang election? Is it May? Yes. Vote wisely, guys. Next, ism. Bakit may sumasagot dito? Prism. Hindi siya prism, ah. Ano to? Act or practice or process, state or doctrine of. Feminism, the state of being feminine. Okay, feminine talks about womanhood. Okay? Materialism, the belief that the acquisition of material possessions is the highest good. Materialism. Okay, if materialism is a belief and being materialistic is an attitude, okay? Yung mahilig kang bumili ng kung ano-ano, you're very materialistic, okay? Next. SIS, process or action. Diagnosis, paralysis. Diagnosis, the process of identifying the nature or cause of a disease or injury. And paralysis is the loss of sensation or ability to move or function. You already know the root word is being paralyzed. Diagnose, right? Diagnose is the verb, diagnosis is the noun. Next is your act or condition, process, function. Enclosure, the act of enclosing or state of being enclosed. Failure, the condition or act of not achieving your goals. Okay? And that's something that we do not want to achieve here in IELTS. We don't want to achieve any kind of failure in the examination. All right. Words ending in ity talk about the state or degree of something. Equality or fidelity. The quality of being faithful. Pero pag dinagdagan mo ng in, it makes it negative, so it's infidelity. Meaning, unfaithful. Okay? But since wala namang in, so the word is fidelity, so it means the quality of being faithful. Next is ist. One who performs. Ayan, pag may mga is sa dulo, ibig sabihin yan, it's like a job or an occupation. For example, dentist, pianist, gynecologist. Kaya ako naisip yun because of the series that I've been watching nowadays. Panoorin niyo yun, it's really good. Do you know the series When the Stars Gossip? The good thing about those kinds of K-dramas is that they do have an English translation. Na hindi yung babasahin mo lang like yung audio talaga English. So that's the only time that I suggest you watch K-dramas while you're reviewing for your IELTS kapag meron siyang English audio, okay? Next we have al or ial, ikal, having the quality of relating to. Practical, ethical. When we say practical, it's relating to practice or action. Practical teaching. So before teachers take their examinations or become official teachers, they have to undergo practical teaching, right? Ethical or relating to ethics or morals. Next is ik, pertaining to relating to having the quality of. Dramatic, okay. All right, so babasahin niyo ulit yan lahat sa inyong mga handouts. Now we will proceed to the important part of the discussion. Kasi pwede niyo naman din yan i-review, self-review na lang, okay? instead of me reading everything. It doesn't make sense, right? Yeah. Don't worry, we will be posting the handout. Now we will proceed to the last part of our discussion, guys. Commonly misused words. Okay? This is the last part of our lecture. Because nai-interchange natin minsan yung noun at saka yung verb. Kasi very similar yung sound. Okay? That's why you have to be careful with the misuse, not misusing these words. So we have affect and effect. Affect is a verb and effect is a noun. Magkaiba yon, right? Affect means to influence and effect means result. What are the effects of climate change? So ano daw ba yung mga resulta ng climate change? How does the weather affect the way you feel? O, magkaiba yung paggamit, di ba? How does the weather affect the way you feel? It means, paano ka ba nagre-react sa weather today? How does it affect your feelings? Okay? Do you get the difference between affect and effect? Basta yung affect verb siya. And yung meaning action word, okay? And then the word effect is a noun. The effects of climate change, teenage pregnancy, and then you can discuss the results. Okay. Next is a lot, which is the verb, and a lot, there is a space between, Magkaiba yung a lot sa a lot, because a lot means many. I have a lot of books in my reading room, in my office, in my home office. I have a lot of books, many. A lot naman, it has a different meaning, a totally different meaning. What does it mean? To distribute or to apportion. I have allotted enough time in my day to study IELTS. How about you? Did you allot specific hours? Ibig sabihin nun, na binukod mo na yung hours na yon just for studying. You allotted time for it, okay? Is it clear? Yes, hopefully. Next. Already versus already. Already means lahat ready na. It's all ready for shipping. Like all the parcels are ready for shipping, okay? Already naman means before or previously. Did you review the orange book? Yes, I've already reviewed the orange book. Ibig sabihin, nagawa mo na. It's done. All right? Do you understand the difference between already and then already? The spelling is different, and of course, there's space between these two words. Next, common mistake. Ito, lagi din ako nagkakamali dito talaga. Medyo nakakalito siya because it has quite similar meaning as well. Okay? But they are used differently. All together means in one group. We will pass the IELTS all together. Ibig sabihin lahat tayo makakapasa sa IELTS. Alright? Now, the other meaning of this one is completely, wholly, or entirely, or in total. Okay? Altogether, your shopping list has a total of 5,435 pesos altogether. Okay? Let me give you more examples of altogether na. Yung second na altogether, guys, para hindi kayo masyadong malito. I'm not altogether sure that I trust him. Meaning, hindi pa buo yung decision ko that I would trust someone, okay? I'm not altogether sure. Next. That'll be 27.50 bucks altogether in total, all right? Next. Altogether, it's one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. And altogether, it was a mistake. So you can definitely know the difference between these two because they are used in entirely different situations, okay? All right. Any more na magkaduktong and any more na may space in between? Any more means from this point forward. I'm not seeing him anymore, meaning they're not dating anymore, okay? I'm not seeing him. We're not seeing each other anymore, okay? It means from this point forward, we stop meeting, we stop dating, okay? Next, any more refers to unspecified additional amount. I don't have any more cash. Okay? Yan, dyan mo gagamitin yung any more. I don't have any more cash or okay. Again, there's another similar common mistake. Anyone and anyone. Anyone here? Anyone listening? Is anyone around? It talks about any person. Okay? Now, anyone means any single person, item, or thing. Let me give you examples with anyone na may space in between, okay? Because this can be very confusing to most of you. Anyone sentence samples. Okay, do you know anyone who can fix this computer? It's not limited to anyone. Has anyone seen my keys? Yan, okay? That's when you use this anyone, the one with a space in between, okay? Next, anytime and anytime. Yung anytime na eto first is like, yeah, you can call me anytime. All right? Anytime na may space is an adjective noun combination which means an amount of time. Okay? Okay, let me give you examples. Kasi yung first one, it's easy since this is the most commonly used. But the one with space needs more examples. Okay. The bus should be here anytime now. We can meet anytime that works for you. Don't hesitate to reach out anytime you have a question. The weather could change drastically at any time. Okay. So yun yung paggamit nung anytime na magkahiwalay. And then, oh my God, it's so confusing. Kasi medyo similar din yung paggamit niya. For example, feel free to reach out to me anytime you need. Yun yung anytime na magkaduktong, okay? But yung anytime na magkahiwalay, I don't have any time to waste right now. Okay? So, do you see the difference? The first example, you can call me anytime. And then here, I don't have any time to waste. Wala akong oras. Pero itong anytime it means kahit anong oras ka tumawag. Alright? Do you get the point? Yeah, hopefully. Next. Anyway. Anyway means nevertheless. Most of the time, you will use this when you're talking. Anyway, let's move on to the next passage. All right? Nevertheless, no matter what the situation is, or in any case, no matter what. Yung any na may space, it's a method. All right? Is there any way that I can help you with your financial problems? Is there any way? May paraan ba para matulungan kita? Ito namang first na anyway is parang, anyway, tara, let's move on. Let's talk about something else. Anyway, parang it means like, disregard na natin yung una nating conversation and let's move on to something else. Okay? Do you get the difference between the two? All right. Next. Apart and apart. It sounds similar, but of course, differently used. Apart means in separate pieces. And apart means a single piece or component. Okay. Let me give an example for this one first. This is a part of the puzzle. Okay? Ito yon, yung may space, guys, ah. I found the missing piece of the puzzle, so this is a part of the puzzle. So that's how you use this second one. Now, apart from this discussion, apart from that question, do you have any additional questions? So yun yung paggamit nung itong first one. Okay? Ito, literally, these are two separate words. A part of this lecture will help you, improve your reading skills. And that is the vocabulary lecture, okay? Or the vocabulary section of this lecture. That's a part. Okay. Next is a while and a while. A while means short time. So most probably when you're doing some online inquiries and the admin says, can you please wait for a while? Ito yon. Wait for a short time. Ngayon, yung a while pala, ibig sabihin nito, sometime. Okay? Meaning, it's a little, mali pa lang sabihin na, for a while, please. Dapat pala, etong word na to, magkaduktong, a while. Kasi namamali din tayo sa pagta-type minsan, right? So, because this actually means longer time. Okay? Huwag mo daw sasabihin a while na may separation because it means you're gonna make the person wait for a longer time. Okay? Next. Assure, ensure, and insure. Assure this is when you are giving assurance. Insure, this is True Life, Sun Life, BDO Life. Insurance pala, okay. To arrange for financial payment in the case of loss, right? Life insurance. You've heard of this, right? And then ensure, it means a kind of virtual guarantee. Ensure implies the taking of precautionary or preventive measures. Okay. This word you can, you have probably encountered this word when you hear, can you please assure me that there are available slots? Ibig sabihin, you have to make, you have to confirm kung meron bang available slots. Assure, bigyan mo ako ng assurance, okay? Insure, on the other hand, talks about financial payment in the case of loss, like car insurance and stuff like that. And then ensure, this one, we need more examples for this. Okay, let me just search more examples for the word ensure. Sentences. Okay. These pills should ensure you a good night's sleep. Okay? Meaning, if you take those pills, you will definitely be able to get better quality sleep. Okay? It will ensure better sleep conditions. All right? That's how you use the word ensure. Next, complement and complement. This is used as a verb. It means to fill in. Have you heard of complimentary drinks? So, have you ever tried booking at a hotel and then they are offering complimentary welcome drinks? Meaning it's included. All right. What else? Complement, on the other hand, can be used in either noun or verb. Pag noun siya, ang compliment, ito yung parang, I complimented you. You did a great job today. Or, wow, your makeup looks good. Or your hair, your new hairstyle looks amazing on you. That's a compliment. All right? And of course, compliment can also be used as a verb. Okay? I complimented her because she has a new hairstyle. So, pinuri ko siya. In Tagalog, pinuri. Okay? Compliment. An expression of praise. Okay. Next, complementary and complementary. Again, this is the one with the E means to make or to complete. And then the one with the I is to praise or to receive supply free of charge. Parang ito pala yung, okay. Wait a minute, guys. Oh, okay. So guys, whenever you, for example, when you go to a restaurant and then you made a complaint about a specific service that did not satisfy you, okay? Nag-complain ka. So, definitely, if you talk to the manager, the manager would offer you a complimentary dessert to fill in for something that they missed out. Okay, so that's when you use this. Okay. Now, differ from and differ with. As you can see, what is the difference between these two? Definitely, it's the prepositions. Okay. Use differ from in discussing characteristics and differ with when you convey the idea of disagreement. They differ from their physical attributes. Meaning, yun yung pinagkaiba nila. Differ means there's difference, okay? Differ with is, she is differing with her argument. They do not agree. There's a disagreement, okay? Next, how to use each other and one another. Okay, this is really confusing at times, so you have to know how to use these individually, okay? Use each other when referring to two people, okay? And one another when referring to more than two people. Yung each, pag lang daw two people ang pinag-uusapan, and then one another is more than two people. Okay. We will be with each other in the tour. So meaning, isang couple lang yung makakapunta kasi nga two people, right? Be at peace with one another. Be at peace with one another. Don't fight. Meaning, we're talking about, let's say the teacher is talking to the classroom. Okay? Be at peace with one another. Don't fight. So, ibig sabihin nun, tinutukoy niya lahat ng tao sa classroom. Okay? Next, we have everyday and everyday. What is the correct spelling? That's why the correct spelling is either this one without space or the one with space, but definitely they are used in two different functions. When we use the one word every day, it is used as an adjective. it means it is done, it's an everyday thing. It's ordinary, it's unremarkable. Everyday chores, again, example, everyday occurrences. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, typical, ordinary, normal. But the one with the space talks about each day. Okay? I will be here every day starting tomorrow. So, yun yung pinagkaiba ng everyday na walang space at saka everyday na may space. Do you get it? Okay. This is part of my everyday routine. Alin doon? Yung eto, yung walang space, or yung may space? Going to the gym is part of my everyday routine. Okay, that's right. I am at the gym every day. First or second? I'm at the gym every day. Second, kasi nga each single day yon. Okay? There you go. Next. Every place and every place. Every place, every place. Okay. Every place has the same meaning as everywhere. She can be seen every place. Every place means in each space or each spot. I know this is a little bit mind-wrecking, but let's try to understand it a little more, okay? Let me give you some examples with, but I don't really use the word every place. Like, etong first example, Okay. Okay. Try to figure out if it's the first or the second. We've been seeing them every place. We've been seeing them every place. Is it the first one or the second one? First one, yes. Kasi ibig sabihin nun, we've been seeing them. We've been seeing them everywhere. Okay? Okay, next example. Joey talaga yung name dito. Joey got all jacked up, feeling all strange and tight and hard every place, and his breathing got windy. Medyo mahabang sentence sample yun, guys. So is it the first or the second? Actually, it's the first. Okay, more example sentences. Hang on. You can buy these kinds of souvenirs every place you visit. First or second? It's actually the first. Okay, another one. We searched every place for the lost keys but couldn't find them. Everywhere pa din siya. Everywhere pa din yung function niya. Okay? So now, let's try more sentence examples. How about the news about the upcoming events spread every place in town? The news about the upcoming events spread every place in town. First pa din, everywhere. Now, every place is each spot. Okay? For example, she decorated her house with Christmas ornaments. She decorated every place of her house with Christmas ornaments. First or second? Ayun, second na. Mas malinaw yung last example, right? Okay. So, everyone versus everyone. Everybody in a group. Everyone or everybody in a group. And everyone means each person. Everyone. Class is dismissed. First or second? First, okay. Every one of those kids were sick. Second. Let me say goodbye to everyone first. Parang ba't puro pa-goodbye yung mga sinasabi ko? Gustong-gusto ko na matapos yung klase, eh, no? Okay, which one? The first one or the second one? Okay, I'll say goodbye to everyone now. Bye! To everyone now na pala, no? Next. There is a big controversy about the corruption in the Philippines nowadays. Everyone is a corrupt leader. Not a single of them is honest and reliable. Everyone is corrupt. Every one of them is corrupt. So, ang sagot dyan is the second one. Totoo din. Okay, next. Everything means all things, and everything means each thing. Okay? Basta pag magkahiwalay, ibig sabihin yan, each. Okay? So, which pair of shoes do you want? I want everything. I want everything in your closet. I want everything in the store. I want everything in the shop. Everything. Ito yun. Okay? Can you please pick up everything that's left on the floor? Ito yung second yun. Everything that's left on the floor. Actually, medyo nakakalito din talaga yung everything, no? Pero siguro, pag pinronounce mo yung everything, lagyan mo ng pause in the middle. Alright? And lastly, this is the last part of our discussion. Every time. So, mali daw to. Wala daw ganyan. Spelling it as one word is non-standard and incorrect. Every time I come to class, all my students are sleepy. Natawa siya. Guilty! Beyond reasonable doubt. Okay. So there. Don't worry, guys. I'll be linking this handout right after I upload this meeting, okay? And for those who are in Zoom right now, I'll be ending the meeting. I'll see you guys at Niners Cabanatuan if ever you think of dropping by here, okay? Bye!